Just so you know, white people TikTok, they are taking trad wifism to a new level. They're wearing what they're calling day collars, not speaking when they leave the house, things like that. It's a cult, babes. It's a cult. It's a kink.
In the last about 48 hours on this app, I've seen one woman say she wears a day collar to represent her submission to her husband, that it's to represent something deeper than her wedding ring. And then I've seen a second woman say that she doesn't speak when she leaves the house.
I'm a trad wife and I wear a day collar. My day collar is a daily sign of submission for us. It is where I am actively submitting to him. I'm not.
So you're out here wearing a day collar, also known as a dog collar.
Ladies, if you ever run into a man with real 50 shades of gray energy, understand this. He's not performing that dominance, that calm control. That's not a kink. That's his way of showing care. Men who tell you when to be ready, who lead you through the day and dominate you at night, they don't turn that off. It's not a character. That's who they are. He's not controlling. He's commanding. There's a difference. And if you want to be with a man like that, you can't pick and choose which parts of his leadership you like, because real men don't negotiate their crowns just to keep their woman. They lead with or without your approval.
Hello fam, how are you all doing? In today's video, we will be talking about that clip, the day collar necklace, or should I say the day collar that some trad wives wear, and men pushing boundaries. Let's start. Reacting to the video clip we just watched, romanticizing male control isn't empowerment. The claim that a man leading you through the day and dominating you at night is love or care glorifies control and reinforces patriarchy dominance under the guise of protection and masculinity. Personally, what he just spoke about is not commanding, it is power imbalance. Women don't need to be guided for them to feel cared for. With men, why does love require women to surrender? Why he gets to lead? That is not love. That is obviously control. His video clip reasserts the outdated belief that a man's strength is proven through his ability to dominate a woman emotionally, sexually, and logistically. There is no partnership in that at all. All I say is hierarchy. The statement he made, you can't pick or choose which part of his leadership you like, erases the concept of boundaries. Autonomy is sacred. Just because a woman consents to intimacy or accepts support in one area does not mean that she forfeits her say in all areas. Healthy relationship is mutual. Leadership isn't leadership if it doesn't welcome feedback, choice, or collaboration. What he described is authoritarianism in romantic outfit. The comment section was very shocking to me because women were craving for such a relationship. Let's see how they reacted in the comment. Where are they at? Asking the man, where are such men? Lord, I miss this. Lord, I miss him. And I'm telling you, those men don't need to yell. Say it one time, coming from a woman. Where can I get one? Coming from a woman. God, let them find me, please. Where is he at? I believe whatever you say, your voice dominates. I think this particular comment is not in agreement with what he said. 50 Shades of Grey is a red flag. Of course, both the book and movie are horrible displays of dominance and the lifestyle. Man, I need that 50 Shades of Grey in all aspects, coming from women. Some women love to be subdued. That's the truth, because that's the way they've been conditioned. Some women would say if their men are not beating them in their relationship, then they're not interested. Some women love aggressive men. They love their men being violent to them. That is the truth. Some women would tell you they can't have sex with their men if that man is not hostile to them. Me speaking about this does not necessarily mean that I'm speaking for all women, because people want different things in life. The idea of controlling a woman, dominating her, reinforces toxic masculinity. The belief that real men are unwavering, dominant, and don't compromise. A real man is emotionally intelligent, listens, adapts, and values equality. Don't let anyone deceive you. Having a man who refuses to negotiate his crown, whatever crown he was talking about, it is a red flag, an automatic red flag. I always ask this question: why does a man's masculinity depend on a woman's submission? Why? As a man, if your identity requires a woman to step back, then that identity of yours is fragile. Strength is built through vulnerability, accountability, and empathy, not by looking for who to control or dominate. He said surrender, not submission. That is semantics. It's the same thing. The moment a woman feels she must give up her voice or decision-making power just to stay in a relationship with a man, it's a red flag. A healthy relationship is about shared power, not submission.
In case your mother didn't tell you, men don't joke. They push boundaries, and then they decide based on your reaction whether or not they're joking. You're welcome.
She's right. Some men are constantly testing boundaries. They are constantly running tests on women. When a man says something that sounds off, shady, or borderline disrespectful, and then quickly follows up with, "I was joking," pay attention. That wasn't a joke. It was a test. Men, especially those who like to test limit, will say something bold, inappropriate, or dominant to see how you will react. If you laugh it off, get uncomfortable, or don't speak up, that tells him you will tolerate it, and then he might push for the next time, or will push for the next time. When men do that, they are gathering data, they are boundary checking, and if you react, they will be quick to say you're too sensitive. But the truth here is this: your reaction helps them to decide how far they can go with you, how much respect they can give to you, and whether you would play along or stand your ground. So no, men are not joking, they are probing. Always stand your ground. Speak up.
I'm a trad wife and I wear a day collar. My day collar is a daily sign of submission for us. It is where I am actively submitting to him. I'm not.
So you're out here wearing a day collar, also known as a dog collar, like it's a symbol of holiness, but be so for real, because you're basically making kink content without even realizing it. That collar, that's not modesty. That's BDSM cosplay dressed up in Bible verses. You've stolen the aesthetic of a fetish culture, stripped out the consent, and now you're parading it around like it's some God-given virtue. That's not submission. That's sanctified subjugation, and it's harmful to women. You're glamorizing female obedience like it's a fairy tale, when in reality, it reinforces power imbalances, suppresses autonomy, and romanticizes control. And if you're so submissive and obedient, why are you broadcasting your little role play online instead of, I don't know, staying quiet and invisible like the role demands? If you really believe in obedience and modesty, then maybe take your fetish off the internet where actual children might see it, because forcing your kinks on an app with children is exactly what we call grooming, or is being seen and praised part of the fantasy too. Either way, it's not virtuous, it's just veiled kink.
The day collar is a thing for some women. This lady claims to be a trad wife, and that day collar she spoke about is her sign of submission to her husband. So let's watch the full video from the creator herself.
I'm a trad wife and I wear a day collar. Now both of those things are controversial, so let me tell you about it a little bit. I respect my man's lead. He provides, he protects, he puts our best interests first. I could ask that man for anything and he would go to the ends of the earth just to get it for me, and if he can't, he's gonna make it. My day collar is a daily sign of submission for us. It is a deeper level of connection than a wedding ring. It's an outside of the bedroom type of thing. I know that I can count on him for absolutely anything. The trad wife and the day collars don't normally go hand in hand, but I've got both. And no, not all trad wives wear day collars, and most people who wear day collars aren't trad wives. But I fully rely on my man to protect us mentally, physically, spiritually. I fully trust him to the point where I am actively submitting to him. I'm not going to constantly be this wrecking ball when he walks through the house. I'm going to be a safe, comforting place where he can go. I follow his lead. Anywhere that he goes, anything that he says, done. Because I know that he has our best interests. I know in my bones, in my soul, that he has our best interests. He's not going to lead us off the side of a cliff. And if there is anything that I have an opinion about, I'm like, hey, I don't think we should do that, I'm going to voice my opinions, and he's going to take it into account and then make his decision based on that. He protects, he provides, he leads. I stay home, I make the house a home, and I can truly, fully embrace femininity because of my man.
First off, let me say this. If a woman willingly chooses a trad wife role or to wear a day collar, and if this comes from a place of empowerment, not coercion, then it is her right. Autonomy is everything. We still need to examine the power dynamics behind that decision. What does a day collar symbolize? Like she already mentioned, it symbolizes submission. And this was derived from BDSM culture. It was worn outside of the bedroom as a sign of consensual exchange of power. It says, I belong to someone, I defer their authority always. To be honest with you, this day collar idea challenges the core principles of equality and agency. Even with consent, is submission symbolic or systemic? I'm just wondering, is it a form of intimacy between two equal partners, or is it reinforcing the idea that men lead, women follow? While she was talking, she said, I follow his lead. Anywhere he goes, anything he says, done. I understand that her statement was made to make us understand how much she trusts her husband, her partner. But in a way, it is seen as her idealizing male authority and female silence. She also spoke about she giving her take and him thinking about it and making the final decision. If your voice is taken into account but not final, is that really a partnership? A woman's voice should not just be heard, it should carry equal weight in her relationship. Her kind of relationship where her husband always decides is a hierarchy relationship. There is no balance in there. That is benevolent patriarchy. Please don't get me wrong, I'm not against trad wife and it is a valid personal choice. But when that identity is rooted in men providing and leading while women submit and soften, it risks feeding the broader social belief that this is the right way to be a woman. That is the problem. The danger of this concept isn't just the day collar itself, it's romanticizing dependence and reinforcing gender rules that women have fought for so long to deconstruct. It is taking us back to where we are coming from. At the end of the day, the question is this dynamic truly safe and balanced? Does it reinforce the idea that a woman's femininity is fully realized through male leadership? Let's hear what other content creators have to say about this. I have a couple of reaction videos. Let's have a look.
So I just saw a video of a woman who says that she wears a day collar. And I was like, what is that? So she wears a collar around her neck as a sign of submission. So when her husband comes home, he knows that that means that she's willing and able to submit. She says she does it because he's a good provider and that he takes care of the family and that he'll do anything that they need him to do. And the thing about it is, I looked at her bio and it said Christ above all. I need to know exactly what scripture and verse in the Bible did God tell you to wear a dog collar around your neck to show that you're submissive to your husband. This is the kind of thing that makes some people shy away from Christianity, make people think that Christian women are crazy and fools and suckers and all of that, because we do things in the name of Jesus that you should have just done in your own name, in the name of Stephanie, in the name of Stacy. God Almighty doesn't require you to wear a dog collar to show that you're submissive to him. So why would a random man walking the earth require that from you? I know if she likes it, I love it, but it's just the fact that people try to normalize these things and make people think that this is a part of being a good Christian wife. No. If you want to do that, go ahead, but don't put my Jesus in it. I know he's got to be up there ready to throw his sandal at some of y'all.
I was 8 years old when I found out what a day collar actually is. So apparently it's a discreet necklace usually worn in public that symbolizes submission or ownership in a relationship. It looks like a simple accessory, but it has a very intentional meaning behind it. Like a dom dynamic, spicy dom dynamic. You get what I'm saying. I always thought that chokers were this like cool fashion statement, but now I'm like, what? See, ownership in a relationship can be very triggering to me, given the history of our country, especially if it's an interracial situation. But then I started thinking, I'm in a healthy relationship with a black man, okay? And if my man came home with a Van Cleef day collar, would I wear it? Or a tennis necklace day collar? I mean, if we're gonna play symbolism, it better be something I wanna wear. So what I'm saying, if you see me rocking a new stack, mind your business. Did you wear a day collar?
So in the last about 48 hours on this app, I've seen one woman say she wears a day collar to represent her submission to her husband, that it's to represent something deeper than her wedding ring. And then I've seen a second woman say that she doesn't speak when she leaves the house because it lets her be in her feminine energy. It represents her submission to her husband. Yet you guys want to convince me that patriarchy is not a disease that has deeply permeated the minds of women and altered their psychology. Please.
What's the difference between a day collar and a dog collar? They both represent the same thing. One is a pretty necklace. The other one is meant to restrain a dog. But at the end of the day, the whole point of being collared is to show that you're submitting. I learned about a day collar for the first time today. I thought it was just a pretty necklace. You know, you see the chain with the little circle in the middle. I didn't know that it was some kinky freak stuff that you want to show that you're completely 100% submissive. So it's not enough that you're 100% financially relying on a man. It's not enough that you don't want to pursue education or anything because you're going to rely on this man. It's not enough that you let him, lead and do everything. Now you have to show the whole world that this is what you're doing. And you know what? I'm a freak myself sometimes. And I don't mind kink, but I don't market my kinks as what should be the norm. And that is the issue with these day collar things and the trad wife stuff. Y'all market that and push it, this propaganda, and make it seem like those of us who choose not to participate in your kinks and your fetishes are the ones who have the issue, when really you're just a freak.
Just so you know, on White People TikTok, they are taking trad wifism to a new level. They're wearing what they're calling day collars, not speaking when they leave the house, things like that. It's a cult, babes. It's a cult. It's a kink. And I just don't like the masquerading as if it's not that. Like, don't get on here where there are impressionable young women, very early 20s. And mind you, a lot of these trad wives are in their early 20s because they have been indoctrinated by this idea of submission and patriarchy and all of that. And it's just like, oh my God, child. Now, mind you, the collar is not, it's not like a BDSM leather thick collar or something. It's just a little necklace, okay, that they all wearing, but it's just the point. Okay. It's a symbolism. Just be careful on White People TikTok. They trying to trick people over there.
Please let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. What is your take on the day collar drama? Are you part of it? Are you against it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And if you'd love to watch more videos like this, click this video to watch some men caught red-handed lusting over women in public. And I will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.